We are going to download Java. So we are in the Java download page of Oracle. Here we are going to download JDK Java and Java C Development Kit 17.0.1 downloads. JDK includes tool for developing and testing programs written in Java programming language and running on the platform. Here I want Windows installer, so it's not quite difficult to find here now. I'm going to Windows SC11 archive downloads. You can see the download links in the description of this video below, and here you can see Java SC11 archive downloads. Here you can see Java C Development Kit 11.0.12. So there are different products available here. So I choose Java X. We choose Java X 64 installer, and there's another one, Java Windows x64 compressed archive. The size of Windows x64 installer is 151.83 MB. So this is the file to be downloaded, so I simply click on that file. Here you can see you must accept Oracle Technology Network License Agreement for Oracle Java SC to download this software. You can click on here and you can see the Oracle Technology Network License Agreement for Oracle Java SE. You can go through it, and after reading the agreement you can click I review and accept the Oracle Technology Network License Agreement for Oracle Java SE. Then you can click the download link, the download button. Here I can select the location. Here I select the download folder. I select this folder here as the location, and I click save. You can see now the file is downloaded. I can double click here, or I can see the file in File Explorer. So I go to eDrive and select download, and you can see the file is downloaded here. So to start the setup, I can simply double click on it. You can see Windows install is preparing, and you can see the setup here now. It's Java SC Development Kit 11.0.12 64-bit setup. So welcome to the installation wizard for Java SC Development Kit 11.0.12, and this wizard will guide you through the installation process for Java SC Development Kit 11.0.12. I click next here. So Java SC Development Kit 11.0.12 64-bit, including a private JRE and src.zip. This will require 420 MB on your hard drive. Click the change button to change the installation folder. So this is the default folder for the installation. If you want, you can click the change button and you can change the installation folder to different location. So here we choose to install in the default location. Here I click next button, so you can see the status here. So now it's updating component registration and extracting and removing and copying new files now. Now registering user, registering product, extracting installer. So Java SC development kit 11.0.12 64-bit successfully installed. So click next step to access tutorials, API documentation, developer guides, release notes, and more to help you get started with JDK. If you want, you can click next step. It's loading a web page. So we are in the JDK 11 documentation, home, Java, and you can see here overview, tools, language and library specifications, security, hotspot, virtual machine, management and troubleshoot, and client technologies. So after going through this one, I move back to setup. Now we can click the close button here. You can see the installation here. If you go to here, the default installation is at C, program files, Java, JDK 11.0.12, and so here you can see the installation files, and in the bin directory you can see Java C and Java C here also. So this is the main files and folders installed. Here type n environment variables. So you can say edit system environment variable here. You can click on that or click open there. Here you can see system properties. We are clicking on environment variables here. Environment variables window here. An environment variable is a dynamic named value that can affect the way the running processes will behave on a computer. They are part of the environment in which process run. For example, running process can query a value of the temp environment variable to discover suitable location to store temporary files, or the home or user profile variable to find directory structure owned by the running owned by the user running the process. And here you can see user variable for me or system variables. If you want, you can change the variables only for the user, or change the variable for the system. So I simply click here, edit. Here I select the here path variable is here. You can see that. So here you can see the path variable. Path is an environment variable on Unix-like operating systems, DOS, OS2 and Microsoft Windows, specifying a set of directories where executable programs are located. In general, each executing process or user session has its own path setting. So here I double click on the path variable. So you can see there are number of environment variables are here. And go to the Java installation directory here, and I can go to binary directory, and I can copy the path, and then I can move back to here, and I can click this one as a new entry, and I paste it, and so these files are now can be located in the shell, Windows shell, and in command line. So I click OK. Then I click OK, and here I click OK. Editors for Java, and like Notepad, NetBeans, Eclipse, etc. Here I'm going to use Notepad. I type here Notepad, and we can click open. No, I double click on here. So you can see Notepad here now. We are going to consider a sample program. You might wondering how this work. The Hello World application here consists of three primary components: source code commands, the Hello World class definition, and the main method. In source code commands, the commands are ignored by the compiler, but are useful to other programs. And the Java programming language supports three kind of commands. It supports this type, the compile ignores everything from forward slash asterisk to forward slash here, and it's also support documentation one comment, and this indicates the documentation command, doc command for short. The compile ignores this kind of command, just like it ignores commands that use forward slash asterisk and asterisk forward slash. The Java doc tool uses doc commands when preparing automatically generated documentation. It has this type of commands. The compile ignores everything from forward slash to the end of the line. Following these commands, the class definition block for Hello World application, this is the most basic form of class definition. The keyword class begins the class definition for the class name named name here, Hello World app, and the code for each class appears between opening and closing braces, marked closing braces. This begins the definition of the main method. The modified public and static can be written in either order, public static or static public, but the convention is to use public static as shown here. You can name the argument anything you want, but most programmers choose args or argv. Args are here. The array mechanism through which the runtime system passes information to your application. For example, like here, Java app arg1, arg2. Each string of in the array is called command line argument. Command line argument let users affect the operation of the application without recompiling it. For example, a sorting program might allow a user to specify the data to be sorted in descending order with this command line argument dash descending. The Hello World application ignores its command line argument, but you should aware that fact that such arguments do exist. Finally, the line this one uses system class from the core library to print Hello World message to standard output position output. Portions of this library is known as the application programming interface or API. So I'm going to save the save this Java class. I go to here. I'm going to save here in E drive samples Java technologies and in Java folder. Here we are going to save the file. It's going to drive E and samples Java technology and Java folder. Here I'm going to save there. So name is hello world app.java, exactly matching the name here with the main class here, and save type as all files here, and I click save button. Move to drive E in file explorer samples, and here we can see the hello world app.java file. Here I'm typing command prompt. You can load the command prompt from here. You can see the command prompt here now. Command prompt. So I change to drive E here. Then I change my directory to samples, and change directory to Java technologies, and change directory to Java. And I can see the hello world app file here, and here so we are in the Java folder here with the example program. So to compile the code, we can use this command java c, and the name of the file hello world.java, and here with Java C tool reads class and interface definitions written in Java programming language, and compiles them into bytecode class files. It can also process annotations in Java source files and classes. So I press enter here. Now here you can see Java class file is created here, this one, and to run the program you can type Java hello world app. Java here launch the application. The Java command start application. It does this by starting the Java virtual machine JVM, loading the specified class, and calling the class's main method. The method must be declared public and static. It must not return any value, and it must accept a string array as a parameter. So I press enter. Now you can see the hello world method. You can also see the code here now. This system.println print hello world, and you can see hello world here.